Jayden Daniels is the new king of college football. It comes as no surprise to many, especially those who watched how he dominated the competition week after week. He's been great for 4 years, but his ascent to the ultimate peak of individual success this season is worthy of the Heisman Trophy. And he did. This is the story of Jayden Daniels. Born on December 18, 2000 in San Bernardino, California, Jayden Daniels' passion for football ignited early in his life, all thanks to the guidance of his parents, Javon J. Daniels and Regina Jackson. They've been the reason that he's playing football and helped greatly in shaping Jayden into the elite athlete he is today. Jayden's love for football began at a young age and was nurtured by the unending support and guidance from his parents, especially his father. They've been the foundation of Jayden's early run. From a little kid dreaming of football to becoming a star quarterback at LSU, his parents have been his steadfast supporters as they lend him encouragement and valuable advice every step of the way. Jay Daniels, Jayden's dad, is not just a proud parent, though. He played college football as a cornerback for Washington and Iowa State. His experience on the field sparked Jayden's love for sports. While Jayden thought about going by Jay, he ended up following his dad's footsteps and became a quarterback. Football cemented the bond between father and son. Jayden learned the game from his dad, and the reason Jayden rocks the number 5 jersey is because of Donovan McNabb, a former NFL quarterback who inspired him, especially during his time with the Eagles. McNabb's style made a big impact on Jayden's own football dreams. Jayden looked up at football stars like Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, Marcus Mariota, and Cam Newton, growing up in SoCal where great quarterbacks thrive. His love for the game, his speedy moves, athleticism, and desire for the ball showed up even when he was only 8. But early signs became apparent by as early as 3 years old. Jayden's mom, Regina Jackson, also played a big role in their family. Her chat with Sun Devils fans on Twitter Spaces recently not only showed her strong support for Jayden, but also her worries about the ASU football program. Her commitment to Jayden's career is apparent and it's loud. Jayden's bigger family also became steady support. His climb to the top is a story of hard work and continuous support from loved ones. But there's another guy that helped him rise. During his early stages of his football venture, Jayden met a vital mentor in Ryan Porter. He was a former Arena League quarterback and a close friend of his father, as they both hailed from San Bernardino. Their bond began when Jayden was only 10 and evolved beyond a typical coach-player relationship. Ryan had been there to teach him unique football skills through several drills, refine his techniques, and make him know the importance of passion. Through hard practices, Ryan not only shaped Jayden's on-field abilities, but also became a more persevering one. Despite his size, as he was standing at 5'10 and weighing only 137 pounds, he still managed to secure the position of Cajon High School's starting quarterback as a freshman. There were doubts about his abilities due to his physique, which prompted the school to ask for medical approval from his dad, Jay, before allowing him to play. They needed to look for more opinions because the first one said no. Yet Jayden exceeded expectations. Over 4 years, he tallied really great stats. 13,732 passing yards and 168 touchdowns, while leading Cajon to the Division III championship game against Chatsworth-Sierra Canyon. He attributed his success to his teammates and his determination to win despite his high individual success. His abilities as a dual-threat quarterback, where he claimed 1,360 rushing yards and 4,240 passing yards in a single season, set him apart as a standout talent in California. I'm just blessed to have receivers that have come through and helped me out. I go out there, have fun, and make plays and try to win football games, Daniels said. Coach Nick Rogers praised Jayden's skills and specified his excellent passing and amazing footwork. An injured wrist as a freshman and a broken thumb in his sophomore year never stopped him despite dealing with several injuries throughout college. His talents attracted the attention of top college football programs nationwide. He got offers from big schools impressed by his potential, particularly his standout footwork that set him apart from many of his peers. Jayden showed he belonged among the best in the country as he ranked as the 35th player in the 2019 recruiting cycle and 3rd among quarterbacks in the scouting report. Jayden Daniels' tale continued at Arizona State University. Daniels had already put his name in history as the first true freshman to kick off the season for the Sun Devils as he made his grand entrance in 2019. His debut sparked national excitement and raised anticipation for this budding, talented newcomer. In his first year, Daniels was all over the field. A particular standout was his game against UCLA, where he flaunted his diverse skills. He racked up 20 of 29 passes for 267 yards and 3 TDs while also rushing for 67 yards and a score. Daniels showed great control throughout his freshman stint as he secured 17 passing touchdowns while keeping interceptions minimal. This established him as one of the budding quarterbacks in the competitive Pac-12 league. His standout performance against Colorado made him known for his accurate throws and impactful runs to lead the team to a convincing win, despite the hurdles they faced in the following 2021 season. His early years at Arizona State hinted at a bright future, especially with his standout freshman year hinting at a lot of promise. The team that saw 8 victories, which include a notable win against a giant number 6 Oregon team, propelled by Daniels' exceptional 408-yard passing display. He finished the season with 3,298 total yards and 20 touchdowns. The pandemic affected his second year, impacted his development, and restricted his chances for improvement. In his junior season, despite the team achieving an 8-5 record, Daniels faced personal setbacks. He struggled to maintain the momentum he once had, resulting in a dip in his performance. He saw a balance between the number of interceptions and passing touchdowns, and his yardage reduced in important games. People labeled him as a thin quarterback, with supposed weaknesses in arm strength, decision-making, and seeing the field, which affected the way they viewed his growth as a player. Besides, Daniels suffered personal losses when he lost his grandfather and grandmother in a short span of time. He shared his feelings and memories of his grandfather on social media, grieving the loss of someone who'd been a guiding light in his life. The troubles kept coming, especially with the pandemic in 2020. Daniels didn't get many chances to play. He just appeared in 4 games. It was tough for him to show how good he was because the team had changed a lot and they were trying new ways to play. On top of that, there were rumors about rule breaking and recruiting at Arizona State. Even though Daniels wasn't directly involved, his mom got caught up in it. People saw messages suggesting she helped organize flights for new players and the adults with them when the rules said they couldn't do that. Facing all these challenges, Daniels decided to make a change. He wanted more say in what happened next in his career, so in February, he put his name in the transfer portal and looked for a new beginning. Just a few weeks later, he made a big decision and chose to play for Louisiana State University. Jayden Daniels' shift to LSU as quarterback set a different tone compared to the typical run of Heisman contenders. Unlike the underdog stories, which became a fan favorite, Daniels was a highly regarded recruit and was a regular on the field throughout his college career. The prospect of him being in the Heisman talk wasn't quite a part of the recent storylines, while Daniels wasn't an unknown figure. After Jayden Daniels moved to Louisiana State University, he entered a hopeful season that reshaped perceptions but didn't immediately cast him as a Heisman contender. He worked to leave behind the challenges he faced at Arizona State in his initial year. This period, which was marked by hardships beyond his control, became a chapter he sought to redefine, according to Porter. Even though LSU's season didn't begin with a win that year, fans got a glimpse of Jayden Daniels' talent as the starting quarterback. Daniels made the most of every chance he got, despite dealing with challenges from the offensive line and limited playing time. Daniels went for 26 out of 35 in passing, racked up 209 yards, and scored 2 TDs, without throwing any interceptions his first game as LSU's starter. But it wasn't just his passing that made an impact. His ability as a dual-threat quarterback was evident as he ran for 114 yards on just 16 carries. As the season rolled on, LSU ended up with a solid 9-3 record, setting the scene for Jayden Daniels to gain more attention and earn increased respect from the Tiger supporters. Jumping into the Heisman winning season, Jayden Daniels climbed to Heisman fame in his 5th year and was on complete track to the top. He's leading the nation in yards, getting a huge 4,946 and throwing 50 touchdowns, which is just wow. And he's doing all this super well as he's only messing up 5 times. His passing game's crazy good too by setting a new record with 208.0 efficiency. If we check Heisman winners before, his yards and touchdowns per game are like among the top 3 best ever. His move up to Heisman guy surprised everyone. For 4 years, people knew Daniels, but he only seemed all right. But now he's made this sudden climb to the Heisman talk, unlike the players who usually get there real quick once they start playing. LSU wasn't fighting for the playoffs this season. But even with that, Jayden's amazing season could not be ignored by the folks who picked the Heisman Trophy winner. He got the Heisman in a particularly close race, especially because the top 3 spots had other quarterbacks who also switched teams. It's kind of like what Joe Burrow and Caleb Williams did recently. Jayden joined them on this path of transfer quarterbacks, winning this really big award. In the Heisman Trophy rankings, Michael Penix Jr. from Washington got the 2nd spot with 292 first-place votes, while Bo Nix from Oregon took 3rd with 51 votes. It was interesting because all the top 3 positions were held by transfer quarterbacks. Ohio State's Marvin Harrison Jr. finished 4th, getting 20 votes. Jayden Daniels kept LSU's offense firing on all cylinders every game. It showed how much of a force he was, throwing and running. He wrapped up the regular season with 3,812 yards passing, 1,134 yards rushing, and a total of 50 touchdowns across 12 games. He's leading the country in total offense as he's hitting an average of 412 yards a game and 10.71 yards per play. Jayden Daniels' climb from a determined athlete in San Bernardino to the top of college football showed resilience, dedication, and unending commitment to success. As the Heisman Trophy winner, Daniels' journey serves as an inspiration to young athletes and football fans to prove that with passion and effort, dreams can come true. It's about the game, the people he's influenced, and the records he's broken. These elements truly capture the essence of his great journey, and he's not ending there.